Hi there guys, and welcome to Online Fundamentals at Ohlone. We use this website, On Music Fundamentals, from Connect for Education to deliver this content to you. And here's the front page or the table of contents of that website. First of all, please read, this is your textbook guys, so read this. This is where all the info lives. Read the introduction. This is going to explain a lot of, as you see, important information about how to make sure that your computer's working the way it's supposed to. It should answer some questions that perhaps my original welcome letter didn't answer as far as your computer's capabilities. Make sure you read that stuff. Okay? So let's go on. Let me take you back for a second to the rest of the table of contents. Notice that these are laid out with dates for us during spring semester of 2011. Try to hit these dates. Try to get this first little segment, Class 1, read around Monday the 24th of January. Try to get to this one read, Class 2, by the 28th, by Friday of the first week. Get through this stuff in a timely manner. Don't fall behind. Don't try to cram it all in the last 3 weeks. Class 1 is going to deal with Introduction to the Piano Keyboard. Make sure that you can hear a high sound from a low sound and hear the difference. I don't need to be really specific yet, but I want to make sure you're not completely tone deaf. And we'll start talking about adjacent and non-adjacent keys on the piano keyboard. Steps, half steps, those concepts. The second class will start dealing with name recognition. Start associating a letter name with a key on the keyboard and a location on the written staff. Know where middle C is and what middle C looks like and what middle C sounds like. And that'll be the beginnings of your learning the language of music. Okay? Okay, here's your first little basic look at a piano keyboard. White notes, black notes. But the deal is each one of these pitches is the same distance apart. A half of a step. On guitar, this is the same distance as moving just one fret at a time. Each one of those intervals or distances from one to the other is a half a step. On piano, same thing, half a step. There's a half step from this white note to this black note. There's a half step from this black note to this white note. Okay, I see. Half step from this guy to this guy, yeah. This guy, half step here. But now check this out. In this case, from this white note to this white note, that's a half a step. In other words, it's usually 2 half steps from a white key to a white key, but sometimes it's only a half step from a white key to a white key. This happens to be the letter C, the note C. It's called middle C, which you kind of scan out from the piano. It's in the middle of the keyboard. And it's also, in this case, the 4th C up on the keyboard. Some people will call this C1, C2, C3, C4. Here's C4. That means this is D4. I see. E4. F4 makes sense. G4. Got it. A4. B4. Okay. And then this must be C5 because it's the beginning of the 5th octave or the 5th set of 8 keys. Got that? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Those are the notes in the 4th octave. Now check this out. If you raise the C note by half a step, it becomes C sharp. C, D. If you raise the D by a half a step, it becomes D sharp. That's what the flat note or the black notes are for, guys. E, F, no note in between E and F. F to F sharp, G to G sharp, A to A sharp, B, and there's no half step between B and C. Now what about backwards? This is a C note. B comes before C in the musical alphabet. But if I take a B and lower him, he becomes B flat. A, lower the A, becomes A flat. G, lower the G, becomes G flat. F, nothing between F and E. Lower an E becomes E flat. A D, lower him, he becomes a D flat. Now, by this time you should be saying, wait a minute, some of these black notes sometimes were called D sharp, and sometimes they were called E flat. That's correct. Those notes are called enharmonic equivalents. They sound the same, but they can have 2 different names depending on context. Okay, you good with that? 4th octave, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Black notes can be either sharps or flats depending on the point of reference. We're starting to get ourselves comfortable with the piano. Moving on.